Someone sent a message to me and asked, why do I do these videos that I do on and share amongst all the on the internet, on YouTube? Here's why. You see, the Christmas lights are on, and I've been walking for almost 7.5 hours, 8 hours now, whilst everybody is driving in their dream cars, large gas guzzling machines, from Bugatti to Rolls-Royce Phantoms to 63G 6x6 Jeeps. They're unable to see your pain. They're unable to see that man at the back of Barclay cleaning, cooking, doing your room up, and sweeping and dusting. The work I'm doing is not to be recognized for anything. I simply doesn't wish to be recognized by anybody. But I'm walking on this lonely path that I can recognize everything along the route as I walk here in London. Yes, folks, and that's the meaning. There is no meaning in what I'm doing. I'm doing this because for centuries, for millennia, the humanity has forgotten the purpose of life whilst they're here, briefly. Now that they've got everything, look at all those lights. Christmas, it's called the Winter Wonderland here in London. They want you to come and spend whilst exhuming all the energies. Anyway, that's not my business. Your children will possibly listen to this message and may one day remember this face that walked in the darkness instead of being in a dream car, guzzling gas, and shared something that we all been working towards. Everybody is talking about how to protect the planet and ourselves from this virus. Instead, they're forgetting what is the virus is trying to do, reminding us to be conscious and equal and take care of the rest as well as yourself. Your wellness, your health depend on the wellness of this planet and the wellness and health of everyone around you. Otherwise, who's going to clean that toilet? Who's going to clean that very so-called who's going to tidy up the house? Who's going to wash the great Rolls-Royce Phantom and the Bugatti Veyron with the private number plates? Who's going to do all of that? The health and well-being is what we have forgotten about. We're empowered because the planet, the earth, gave free oil that all of your cars are driven by, your aeroplanes, your jet engines, your war machinery, all driven by the fuel, the black gold, and the kingdoms. And those same people are enjoying the luxuries, the few selected luxuries that are produced to keep them entertained whilst we extract even more by polluting the land, polluting the air, fouling the air, and constantly causing tremendous oil spillage on the oceans. So I hope I answered your question as to why I'm doing these messages. Why am I doing these videos? Is there a purpose? There's no God-given purpose in what I'm doing. All by myself, folks, here. Whilst everybody is stuck in those restaurants, luxury hotels, luxury shopping, luxury department stores. Whilst I thought maybe I'll walk a lonely path where nobody seems to be ever interested in my journey, my walks. The entire planet that I walked upon has been of a conscious and an energizing reflection for me to be able to share the pain that I'm going through, seeing the extravaganza or the exuberance of very few are enjoying, whilst billions on this planet are paying a massive price. And not just the humans, but also the innocent creatures who are being completely extinct from the planet. The plant life, the animal life, the air that has been fouled for a very few to enjoy the luxuries of the basic necessities that are being rationed because of selfish, greedy aspirations of the few, have caused a tremendous harm and a suffering to continents and to billions of human beings on this planet and to all the other species on this planet. That said, here I am walking a lonely path with a great conscious, responsible, meaningful way, whilst everybody is enjoying the luxurious comforts of the warmth in this cold December day here in London. Yes, folks. And that is the message I want to share with you. The reason why I'm doing all these videos on YouTube is to share the painful reality that most human beings have been forgotten. I have seen so many where humanity is blinded to of the reality that exists even in this rich and affluent city of London. People are sleeping on the sidewalks, hungry, going hungry, and yet the very able and affluent are enjoying the luxurious meals, whilst millions, if not billions, tonight and for the entire day hadn't even managed to get a single meal. Why? Because we as human beings made sure that my stomach is full and I'm happy, that I look around, that the rest are not had a meal for themselves, and that very one stomach that is full feels happy, whilst everybody else is having an awful and a painful suffering and a struggle of a day. Anyhow, I may come across to you on this month of December as an imbecile, but if you are feeling that way, that I sound like an imbecile, I'm sure one day you will realize what I mean by the words that you understood, the words that relate to your understanding has meant to you as to what aspirations and aspects have you taken upon to feel that you were worthwhile whilst you were here, and that you have done what you could do, and it did not matter if you could not do what you couldn't do. If you did not do what you can do, you're an insult to humanity and to the very way of life here in this existence. Having said that, here we are. Endless traffic light, endless traffic, burning fuel, whilst the others, endless traffic, dream cars, they're sat down having a luxurious, comfortable time, whilst my hands and my entire body is frozen. Yes, they're having the luxuries of life, whilst the others are struggling to even make a meal in these cold winter months. And this is how we created the human world, so-called the human construct, that is only benefiting the very few here on this earth. We have destroyed the planet. We destroy the innocent creatures that are supporting life on the planet. We poison the air. We soil the earth. And we pretty much spill all the chemicals and other waste products into the oceans and rivers and lakes and ponds. And now the rest of the next generation and generations after will have to pay that price that everybody is enjoying today. I hope my message has got to you clearly, and that clarity may only descend to you once the reality sits in front of you, not too distant future. For us all will pay an enormous price that no comfort, no life is spared. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you all. May you remain healthy and well, and until such time we cross our paths in this darkness of reality, the lights may go off to you all, because after all, the darkness is what has been feared, which has always been the reality. Because for 9 months of your life, before you step out of your mother's womb, you were in the darkness and in life. The moment you stepped out, you forgot that the light was a human construct and the darkness was a fear. In that, you became entangled and troubled for the rest of the life, so that the few can have a life of their own making, that you become a slave to something that you did not know. And that lady is going to pee. That is terrible. Somebody's rushing into the bush to pee there. It's a crazy affair, right? You get drunk and drunk and that guy is cycling on the pavement straight onto my face. And this is what we created on the planet. An aberrant behavior with great aberrancy, that nothing matters, that everyone is so conscious, not really, unconscious of the surrounding, but only doing what they know best, to destroy everything else and to preserve theirs. And this is the teaching that has been introduced across the world, a so-called education. With that said, with this uneducated mind and an uneducated way of living, I hope one day you all remember this idiot who walked the London streets and walked the entire planet was sharing a message of some conscious and responsible nature that nobody was ever acknowledging of. Even if they did, it was not what made them money and made them feel greedy about living, so that everybody else had less than you. I made sure that nobody recognized me, yet every step of the way I will be recognizing everything that we do, every very impact that makes the planet and ourselves in a most unstable and most uncomfortable ways.